Hello and welcome to another episode of Binding Roll, where we play 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons in the world of the 9th Age. If you are unfamiliar with the 9th Age, it is a table rank and flank strategy war game that I play all the time and that my YouTube channel is dedicated to. If you are interested in that, please go to the link in the description below and go to the official 9th Age website, which will give you all the information you will need to play the game. It's really fun. But today we are not playing 9th Age. We are playing Dungeons & Dragons. A couple housekeeping things, guys. If anyone watching, please hit that subscribe and like button in YouTube and hit that follow button in Twitch. We're trying to get our numbers up, trying desperately, but hell, if we don't, we're still going to keep doing this because we all have fun doing it. But yeah, if you're on the video, please comment, please talk to us, tell us what you think. Let's get right into the intro video.
No one in this world can you trust. Not men, not women, not beasts. This you can trust.
And we're back with, as you can see on the screen, there's only 3 players on the screen, but our 4th player is joining us from beyond the grave. Kalen, can you talk to us, Kalen, from the heavens above?
Oh yeah, I got some pretty good booze up here, heavens above, some quality bourbon.
Well, we'll get into that about where Kalen is at the moment. But before we do that, let's talk about what we're drinking. I myself have some Sierra Nevada Celebration Fresh Hop IPA. My friend got this at Christmas time, or my brother-in-law, and it's been sitting in my fridge. Might as well drink it now. Sam, what are you drinking?
This
Scout
Asian
Nice.
North Pale Ale. Good stuff.
Lode, what are you drinking?
I am on the 801 Pilsner this evening. Always local, as usual.
Sunset, I'm eager to hear what you're drinking tonight.
Same thing I was drinking last week, only larger.
Damn.
What's the new in 9th Age? What's the weird stone? It's now like black crystal, or
I don't know Vermin that well. Too confusing.
The black crystal. Well, it's not green anymore, so never mind. Comparison not made. Kaylin, what are you drinking?
Not ice. It's a Knob Creek Single Barrel Reserve.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
100 proof. I'm still out of beer, so I'm gonna drink all the other booze until I get there. It might take me a while.
We'll time it. See how many episodes it takes.
It's classier than us, I guess. All right, so let's recap what happened in last episode. Last episode, well, the end of the episode before, you got ambushed by the Scarred Palms in the ruined Dour district of Cantemont. You fought a battle, were able to successfully defeat the assassins that were attacking you, and you incapacitated the leader of the Scarred Palms, which is the Hobbinator. But unfortunately, in your efforts, Kalen was tragically slain. You took the Hobbinator back to the Duke, actually back to Claude, where he restrained him and put him in the prisons downstairs. And then you decided to take Kalen's body to the Ordo Relicarium, where hopefully the sisters can revive him, bring him back from the dead. And gosh, I'm trying to remember what was the cliffhanger last week. What did it end with? Was that the cliffhanger? I think so. Sounds good to me.
Is that your job?
It is my job. I always ask you guys.
Yeah.
So let's Kaylin, take a seat, take a sip of your drink, relax for a minute. I'll possibly be calling you into the game soon, but until then, take a load off. And now the three of you, Sam, Lode, and Sunset, are currently in the entryway that kind of like hostess stand to the Ordo Relicarium, and you are talking to the lobby.
I feel like they have a lobby at that.
And you
vestibule.
Vestibule. I should know that. I'm an architect. And you are talking to the rotund sister who is standing at the lectern. And her name was Marguerite. What would you like to do?
Marguerite, our friend is very tired. Do you have anything to help them wake up?
Marguerite says,
Spoken like a true drunkard.
Well, Sam, I'm not quite sure I can wake this Sylvan elf up pretty quickly, as fast as you want me to, but I can maybe resuscitate her with my fellow sisters. But you'll have to give us some time. Maybe
how much time?
Maybe even a day.
A day?
Yeah. But
Does this time frame
followers
sound
of the
right?
lady, as good followers of the lady, I know I can trust that I will do a good deed for you, and in return, you can do a good deed for me. When
Does
she
it
gives you a
involve
little,
you more cigarettes?
she gives a little wink, and she looks particularly at Sam as she does this. A wink, a nod, an eyebrow lift, all that.
Nudge, nudge, say no more.
And with that, she turns to the whole group and says, here at the Ordo Relicarium, we're working on a great relic for the new crusade to Varentia. But what we are making is slightly out of our expertise. I'll need you to bring me some mechanical components.
At this point, Lode will step in for a second and say, well, that's actually a sort of secondary part of why we're here. We were sent by the Marshal Lafleur to retrieve whatever relics you had prepared for the coming crusade. Our more important priority is to help our friend. But, while we're here, we could pick those up and help you whatever you need that.
Oh, hey there, Lode.
Wow, your voice is even raspier than mine.
It's a good thing you're good looking, because you really don't have the intelligence. What we're working on right now is what's going out on the crusade. I know why you're here.
Oh, well, excuse me.
And
I don't know how things work around here.
You are one good-looking dwarf, if I may say so myself.
Lo just nods.
He also
yeah.
a dwarf?
This is not, this lady, Marguerite is not a dwarf.
Could have fooled me. I mean, you're also short anyway.
Where does Marguerite hail from, anyway?
Oh, I'm from here and there, but I'm a good follower of the lady, and I've been in Candamont my whole life.
Okay, so you're really just from here.
Yeah.
You answered that first part in such a sketchy way. Whatever, we can move on. Let's. What do you need us to do?
I need the mechanical gears. Here, take this piece of paper. You see some specifications that we are unable to create.
Anybody?
I hand it
She-
to Sunset.
Sunset, you look at this and it's a schematic drawing. It looks like it looks like a casket, but it has rollers and pinions and gears that will make the coffin be able to prop up and move in different positions while it's on a platform.
Wow. And I
Well,
thought
I've
some
got
of
no
my
idea what
relatives
this is.
made weird stuff.
And then Marguerite says, "Yeah, I promise, this is gonna be the best relic you've seen in a long time, if you know what I mean."
Or ever.
Yeah, I've never seen a relic either. So, but that means you're absolutely right. It will be the best relic we have ever seen.
Technically correct.
Yeah.
The best kind of correct.
So
Well,
my friends, it's getting quite late. It's maybe like 4 a.m. at this point.
So it's getting quite early.
Quite early, if you want to put it that way. My
I do.
shift here at the front door is ending soon. I hope you're able to bring back the mechanical items tomorrow. If I see you tomorrow, oh, pretty dwarf. Wink, wink.
We shall return. You'll see me again.
Oh, I will. And with that, she steps back from the lectern and another member of the Ordo comes to take her place, and she kind of saunters back into the main room. And the main room, if you remember, was like kind of the whole area of the bottom of this tower, like this one room at the base. And it's like covered in walls, covered in shelving around the walls with books and trinkets and tools for making relics, and jewelry, hammers, and all, a small smelting pot. And there's multiple desks or workstations, more like, that are lined up in here, and about half of them are occupied right now with Ordo ministers working on items.
So we'll just leave Kaylin here then?
Yeah. Did
Yes.
she,
I'm
like,
sorry. My bad.
Did someone like kind
When-
of take
when
her
you-
body?
Lay on the ground.
Yeah.
Do we
I
just leave her here? I just kind of shout after
I
her.
like to think that we put her in like the waiting rooms for like a restaurant or something. They've got like the benches. I like to think we just sat her up in one of the benches.
Like a
Like this-
claim
the-
ticket or
I don't know
something?
how fast rigor mortis
Claim
that's
ticket.
in. So
Yes, as you
sign
basically
something?
as you do that, you lay Kaylin down when you first arrived, and in that time, other Ordo ministers have shown up with a stretcher, basically, loaded her on the stretcher, and have taken her down into the workshop area and set her up on one of the workstations.
Interesting.
Okay. Well, do we want to see what they're doing, or do we just want to get to work, so to speak?
Scope
Or
the
get to
place out.
sleep, actually.
Let's go investigate the place. See what they're making. Santa's workshop.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Well,
I mean, I'd like to get more information on where we're supposed to find somebody to make this crap.
Give me
yeah,
an
I guess
insight
these
check.
work-
Give me an insight
work
check.
folk.
One, 15.
Yeah.
Rolling better than last week already.
As you look at the schematic drawings, they're definitely out of your ballpark, but you understand that this you need a mechanic or an artificer, more specifically. They're not particularly common in Equitane. There aren't really. I guess there are. There are artificers that work on artillery pieces for the Equitanes in war, but they're not that common. And as far as you know, there are no official Equitanian artificers in the city of Cantamont. There are more in the capital. But Equitane, our Cantamont is enough of a transient city with merchants and people coming in and out that you're fairly confident you could find an artificer with those skills working probably in the
Basically
docks.
a non-human.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I
I
was
think
just
I know
gonna
where our
say-
first stop should be.
Can I look at it to see if it looks like anything
No,
that
you
I've
handed-
seen before? And
You handed it to me. I'm not giving it back.
mean, I don't-
No, go ahead, take a look. I'm just being,
No.
being a jerk.
no, you've got it handled. It sounds like. All
But Sam, do you
history
want to
check?
Do you,
Or
what do you want? Are you looking at the schematics?
yeah, I will.
Go ahead and take an intelligence check.
Oh, that'll go great.
I mean,
A straight intelligence check.
I have none. Negative intelligence. I got a 2.
Lode got a 12. Sam got a 2. Okay, Lode.
All right, rolled it twice.
Lode,
okay, I got a
you,
17.
Oh, you already know what it is. You know what it is, but it's out of your wheelhouse.
But if we
Lode-
could find a dwarf engineer, they might be able to help us potentially.
Yeah, true. Dwarven engineers could definitely help you. You see this, and you as same as Sunset, you get a general concept of what it is. You're not quite sure what it's used for, but you understand like the general workings of it and what it's like, what it's meant to do, but you really don't know like why it wants to do that. Sam, you look at this and you are completely just confused by what you on the sheet, and you end up taking a deeper and closer look at it. And after a while, you start filling in the blanks with your imagination, and then eventually you look at it and you're like, oh, this is an automatic beer dispensing machine. This is what,
Sure.
that's what you look at it and you're like, oh, this is what it must be.
Well, yeah, duh. Everyone knows that. We should go to the bar. Learn more.
Well, yes. Although, I don't know about the rest of you, but I mean, I guess Lode's probably fine, but I know I'm still hurting pretty bad. I could do with a night's rest. At least 4 hours.
Well, and don't we still have don't we still have exhaustion effects?
Yes.
On us.
Yes.
Some of us.
Lode and Sunset
we should
both
at
have
least get rid of
2
those.
points of exhaustion. Sam has 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's.
So
let's
we need
go
to
sleep.
we need to sleep. Okay. Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
It takes them 8 hours, but it only takes me 4. Can I get 2 full rests in and get rid of both my?
Those points of exhaustion. Nice.
I don't know. I don't know the rules on that specifically.
I don't think there are rules against it. I think it's up to you.
It's not specifically prohibited.
Yeah.
So
Like the only
Like-
question is, can you do a long rest straight back to back? Which I don't
Sure.
really think of a reason why you can't.
Yeah.
it's just normally you wouldn't have to for any reason, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say you can, but I'm gonna I reserve right to change my mind once I read the rule. So where do you guys want to go?
Oh,
You're
I guess
going
the other thing that we
before.
wanted to do beforehand was, do they have some place that could store the axe safely?
Currently, you're still
yeah.
holding the axe like up in the air outside the
Oh, yeah.
tower.
Oh no,
Um,
I would have brought it in, just still held in the mage hand and like nobody coming near it.
So with that, as Marguerite is walking out, she notices the axe floating in the air in the lobby area, the vestibule, if you don't mind, and she gives a quick inhale, like, and she covers her mouth with her right hand and says, What is the axe of Archon doing here?
It was in the possession of a hobgoblin mob boss, for lack of a better term.
That axe is
We're looking for some place to secure it safely, as, to put it bluntly, this thing's cursed as hell.
give me a persuasion check.
Oh, yay. Something I'm actually good at. Oh, god damn it, that's a 12.
Okay. She says,
I rolled a 4, by the way, just FYI.
She says, "Well, since I like your little dwarf friend here, I'm not going to. I need you to put that away and hide it, because anyone who sees that will assume you're tempted by the dark god Archon. So keep it on the down low. I cannot store it here. Gosh, I cannot store it here. But there are mages in the city who can store it for you."
Okay, would I know, like, I mean, having set up my own magic business, like, would I know who these people are? Like, who these mages are?
Yes, you do know who they are. You have had very little contact with them, though. There are half dozen mages for hire in the city. They are close to where you set up your business. They're all in the same area. It's kind of like the mage district, if you want to call it that. Again, they are flush with business, and for some reason, no one, well, for obvious reasons, no one hired you, and they treated you in the same way.
Of course. Dirty humans.
for obvious reasons, no one hired you. Ouch.
I mean, to be fair, I have now burned down part of the city 4 times.
Yeah, really.
And you're a hero of Kentamon, so, you know,
Yeah, it's a very mixed relationship that all three of you have with the city because, I mean, let's just say it, Equitanians are not accepting of other races, yet you guys went above and beyond to such a level saving the city that you have been idolized. So on a very honest,
and tolerated.
yes, on a public level you're loved, but really on a beyond skin deep, people don't trust you.
I feel like this is we're in a post Mongo Blazing Saddles scenario right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, at least one person got that reference.
If you follow the story of Blazing Saddles, you'll win them their hearts eventually.
Eventually.
Okay. Well, Sunset, you feel confident enough that you know who she's talking about there?
I mean, yeah, like, I figure as soon as she mentioned mages, I was probably like, damn, I should have thought of that. Oh, wait, they're assholes. That's why I didn't go to them first.
All right. Well, then I will say, well, thank you again, Marguerite. And again, we will see you tomorrow. I will give her a bow, and then we will make our way out.
I'll cover the axe with the sheet.
She
And
definitely
then still hold it
looks
by the
you.
mage hand.
Okay. She looks you up and down, kind of undressing you with her eyes, and she says, I look forward to seeing you again.
I just said I'll see you tomorrow, so
She gives you a little kiss, blows you a kiss.
play it cool. And then
Somebody's thirsty.
turn around and get out of here.
All right, so you leave. It is 5 a.m. now. You see people waking up, the early risers for the early morning work in the streets. Beyond that, the streets are empty.
I say we book it back to the keep, because we need some goddamn rest.
Yeah.
All right, you head to the keep. At this hour, no one's awake except for one person, and it's Claude, standing guard. He's a man. He's a man always on guard, and he greets you with a nod. And you guys want to just go to bed? What's the plan?
I'm actually gonna ask. Claude, my friend, it's good to see you, even at this early morning. Do you ever sleep?
He says, I am one of the lucky few who doesn't have to sleep very often, or sleeps for small periods. That comes from my training in the army and my dedication to the lady and to the Duke.
Insight check.
Yeah, is he half elf?
Roll an insight check.
I think they get the benefit of only needing 4 hours.
18.
Ooh, insight, also an 18.
Okay. You see him say this, and with the three of you have never been in the military, but you've worked on battlefields before. You see the grim determination and strength of a hardened warrior in his eyes, and you get it. It clicks. He's a badass. He's Rambo.
Well, Claude, my friend, respect to you, but don't forget to delegate sometimes, you know?
Thanks, Lode. I will take that under consideration.
Yeah, get those 20 winks on occasional.
Are you just walking in with this axe? Are you hiding this axe?
The axe is covered by the sheet that was provided to us when we left. The
Yeah, but
tablecloth.
still, like, people, he can
Oh, yeah, the
recognize he can
Claude did
recognize an
the-
axe-shaped item in a sheet that you're holding.
Right. Yeah.
We
It's
just
also
tell
being
him
held by Mage Hand, which
We didn't
would also
find a
seem a
place to
little
leave it.
odd.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, he's like, hey, is that a Sunset, my friend? Is that an axe in your sheet, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh, he's got jokes
Claude.
too.
Learn some
You're
decency for the
best,
lady.
Claude.
Wow, that coming from Sam. I don't know which I'm more surprised by.
Everybody's got jokes.
Claude with the jokes or Sam with the defense here. I think I'm doing a double take between the two at this point. Just kind of like, what just happened here?
Detect magic. Have they switched brains?
Unfortunately, I don't have it.
I think we just need to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Delirious. I'm sobering up.
We didn't find a place to keep the axe, Claude. We're gonna try again tomorrow, but you're a better man than we are, and we need some sleep.
Claude says,
Speak for yourself.
Well,
Claude says,
all right, you're a better man than I.
I was referring to the
I
gender
will-
specific term.
if you
thought about it, I couldn't
if,
figure it out.
if you continue to walk through the city with that axe, the people of Cantamont will rise up against you. I'm worried
Again.
about this axe going out the door so much in public view. Let me hold on to it.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to put it
What are
in
you going
the.
to do with it?
I'm going to put it in the armory here in the keep, which is guarded and locked by me.
Didn't we ask if there was some place we could keep the axe securely before we left?
That was yesterday.
Well, but
Did,
didn't he tell us the reliquarium, and then turns out that they weren't really as helpful
Yeah.
as he thought they would be. So it's more Plan B, I guess.
I mean, I guess, but I feel like the smarter play, if he was that worried about it, would have been to keep it here to begin with, ask about it while we were there, and then only move it once, instead of moving it twice, potentially, or more times. So, I'm a little skeptical about his motivations here.
What if you use your heat metal or whatever to reshape the axe into a different item?
Don't have heat metal.
Well, would you
What
like
if
me
we
to
just
keep it or
toss it in
not?
the bay?
I would hate to corrupt all the fish.
That'd be cool.
Those are some
the fish
good
in the
eating.
bay turn into piranhas and attack whatever goes in the bay.
fish. That could be fun, actually. Do that.
All right, Claude, will you allow us to keep it for one more day, and we will absolutely find somewhere to put it tomorrow?
Give me a persuasion check.
Fair enough. Could go great.
Is there like this is maybe a ninth age lore thing, but is there like a species that's less prone to corruption by chaos than others?
That's a good question.
Not really.
Not really. Yeah,
That's
it's
kind of part of the lore is that
the seven
know,
deadly
any-
sins can corrupt anyone, like, and it's worldwide. You rolled a 9.
yeah, not good.
He says, "Okay, you can keep it another day, but I do. this needs to go somewhere because I cannot have something that will endanger the success of the crusade.
Well, our goals are the same, so we want to dispose of it as much as you do.
And he says okay, and you can tell he's a little upset about it. He's a little like, oh come on guys, but you know he lets it go.
Can we go to sleep now?
You can go to sleep now.
So hold on. If Lode wants to go to sleep, he can. So
Done.
I mean, I know the names of these mages, right?
Yes.
And do I have a general sense of like, you know, like most to least powerful kind of thing?
Yeah, you do definitely.
Okay, I'm gonna give the names of the top 3 to Claude.
Mhm.
I'm going to give him the axe and say one of these 3 should be able to contain the axe. He has yet to steer us wrong. Like,
Okay. Okay, yeah, he says, understood. I will take the axe to the first mage on the list at first light.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Claude. All right, you guys go to bed.
Good old Claude.
don't touch it. I tell him that. Don't touch it with your bare hands.
Cannot stress this enough.
Don't touch it even through a thin cloth. Like, go get a crate or something that we can put this in, because I haven't let go of it with Mage Hand yet. Like, we need to put this in something and then seal it shut for transport.
He says,
This thing's cursed as hell.
Claude lifts up his gauntleted hand with chainmail and plate armor and says, the armor, my armor blessed by the lady will protect me.
With my knowledge about this axe from the ridiculous roll I got when I
Yeah.
appraised it,
Getting a lot of
Is
mileage
that
out of
bullshit?
120,
Yeah, I
20
know.
whatever roll.
hey, would this actually work, or should we take more precaution?
You think it'll work? Not only because it's more than cloth, but it's his armor is it is blessed. It's better than the usual set of plate armor.
So I do get the sense that it is actually magical in some property.
Yes.
Of some sort. Okay. All right.
Hear any voices, Claude? Do the opposite.
He chuckles and says, "I will do my best." And he grabs the axe by the hilt. And you see him look at it for a moment. And he just drapes it down by his side and let his arm, hang. And he says, "Until tomorrow, gentlemen. Not gentlemen. Gentlemen and lady." Lady.
I was gonna say, I give him a quizzical look for a second there until he corrects himself.
He's so sleep deprived. Cut him some slack.
I don't know about that. You don't really need as much sleep as you think you do.
So with that, are you going to bed?
I mean,
I already did.
yeah.
All right, you sleep for 8 hours. Sunset gets double long rest. The rest get regular long rest. If it's 5 in the morning, 8 hours from there is 1 in the afternoon. And around noon, 1 in the afternoon, somewhere around there. I need everyone to take a perception check.
Oh no, Claude's taken over the kingdom.
Claude is now the dark ruler of Cantamont.
18.
17.
4.
Sam, you're still sleeping off the hangover, but the two of the other ones, you were awakened around this time by a series of large explosions, like distant explosions, not like in the castle, but distant, like in the distance, coming from the docks.
Oh no. All right, well, we'll exit. At least Lode will exit his room, go down to wherever somebody who maybe looks like they know what is going on is.
All right, down in
Is
the
it Claude?
in the main room, Claude is not there, but Giovanni and Zenislav are there.
Sunset will kind of groggily mutter as she exits the door. Did I leave the city burning again? As she makes her way to the main hall.
You mutter that to yourself, but no one seems to hear you.
Yeah. It was a worthwhile joke, and I chuckled.
All
Hope
right,
the
yes.
unicorn's bounty is okay.
So we'll run down there and
Sam's not there. Sam's not there yet. You haven't woken up yet. Lode and Sunset, do you want to get Sam?
If that didn't wake him up, he clearly needs more sleep.
I'd say he's gonna wake up in about an hour, so that'll be 8 hours for him.
figure out what's going on. We can go grab him. But I asked
Good call.
Giovanni and Zenislav, what's happening? Do you know what that sound is?
Giovanni says yes. It is. They are dredging the bay. Dredging the bay. They're making the bay bigger for the bigger boats for the crusade. Everything's for the crusade here in Cantamont. And Zenislav says, yes. It is bad because a good infernal dwarf company should have been hired to do the dredging, but they went cheap, I tell you. Some other out-of-towner.
Singular?
Doing that with explosions?
Yep.
I see. So that's actually supposed to be happening.
Like a single
All that
person?
out there.
No.
Not like a group of people. A single.
I do not-
You said
I do
out of
not-
towner.
Yeah, he's referring to a group, another company, another contractor. Not like one
Yes.
person blowing up things up.
The infernal dwarfs see corporations as people.
Case in point. How often have I blown up the city?
A few times.
One person could do it.
Okay, so nobody seems alarmed about that. Then I guess
I mean,
eat breakfast. And then when Sam wakes up, we'll go check it out.
sure.
All right, so you sit down for breakfast. You know, from the castle's kitchens, you're served the standard Equitanian breakfast, which is probably bacon and eggs.
Rule.
Bacon and eggs. It's nice. This is the Duke. This is the castle. This is the nice food.
Right. I was thinking more along the lines of like a military camp. Sorry. The Duke has been relatively absent recently, so I assumed Claude had been in control.
Roughly 30
and
minutes
that
later,
breakfast would have suffered.
Sam rolls out of bed and joins you in the castle. And you finish your meal. what do you want to do?
So, Sam, I'm not sure you've noticed, but you hear those explosions coming from the direction of the docks.
It's not me. Let me get that out there now. It's not me.
More than usual. Why? Something
Well,
happened?
When we're done with breakfast, we're gonna head down that direction and see.
To the
what's
unicorn's bounty?
going on. Yeah, we'll stop there on the way.
Sweet.
Get another roadie. It's a long walk.
Oh yeah.
All right, I think we just.
So where's Kalen?
Buddy, we talked about this.
He's sober now. He doesn't remember a damn thing.
I'm not convinced.
Is
he's
she
sober.
still sleeping?
Yes.
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 All right. Well, we'll catch her
So
later.
right now, we're gonna go back there later, and we'll see if they've woken her up.
Okay. Great.
But we're
They
gonna have
need
to
to
talk
find
about
the
this
correct
again later.
prince.
I think we finish breakfast and head down towards the unicorn's bounty.
Sorry, did that
Alright.
joke not land?
I was solid.
Um,
Uh,
all right, so when you get to, you're going to the unicorn's bounty, and you're walking along the docks, and you see, and basically, you know, like the unicorn's bounty is on this courtyard in the docks, and this courtyard leads out to the docks, the far end of the docks. And as it's a bit of a peculiar sight. On those docks directly next to the courtyard in front of the unicorn's bounty, you see the Sandwich family, and they're all here, and you see them circling around someone, you know, like ganging up, you know, like what's the right word? I don't know, encircling an individual, and you realize it's Spam is there yelling at this individual and saying, it's like, we're paying you to dredge the bay. You're not dredging the bay. This is not working. I'm not paying you a damn dime. And wow, Spam got a little southern there, but
I like it.
as you approach, you notice one individual standing her ground in the middle of the whole Sandwich family, and it is a little gnome with white hair, a female, and if anyone watched season
Yeah.
1.5, it's Urki.
Hell yeah.
It seems a little backstory for Urki here. You made it back to Cantamont, and a little while later, you were looking for work, and you were hired by the Sandwich family to increase the depth of the docks so larger boats can come in. You thought you could do that by putting explosives in the bay.
So on brand.
Reasonable.
sounds reasonable to me.
Love it.
It has not worked over the past night and day. And now the
Clearly,
Sandwich
these
family.
people don't know how explosives work. The Sandwich family, not Urki.
And the Sandwich family is not pleased. So Spam is yelling at you, Urkel. He says, "The secret sandwich is not paying you for your work. Your contract is null and void."
Hold on. Does he say that out loud?
Yes.
The secret sandwich?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure that I caught that correctly. I'm gonna look over at Sam and say, "Secret sandwich?"
You'll know when you need to know.
Don't worry about it.
I think I need to know.
Didn't I hear about the secret sandwich? I feel like
Run over to Spam.
Yeah, I think you overheard Spam say that to Sam.
okay.
Bam.
Anyway,
What's going on? Who have you hired? What incompetent weirdo have you found now?
He says,
I walk in through the mall and say, "Yeah, what the hell's going on?" Oh, hey, Erky.
well, you don't know Urky. Oh, you do?
I know of Erky. I don't know if Erky knows me, but
No, I need Urky to take a history check? History?
Sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
I would say history. In all likelihood, they both probably should
I got
to
a
remember the
14.
other.
Oh my god, did you put the rest of your name in? Urky Namfoodi Turin?
Erky Namfoodle Turin. Yes. Gnomes like the long, silly names.
Oh,
The,
yeah.
the sillier, the better.
I love it. I love it. You,
What was
you're
it?
14.
History?
You recognize this dwarf coming toward you as the dwarf that was in the inn from season 1.5. The friend of what's his face? What was the guy's name?
Griffin.
Friend of Griffin that was in the bar.
You.
Yeah,
He's-
yeah, you. I heard
You
you guys
know
did
this person?
quite a good job. How did you go from that to this?
Be like, don't be like yelling at the sandwich family dude. Like, hey, those are supposed to be more expensive. Like, yeah, they try to work, but like, they cost a lot of gold. You need to at least pay me for that.
We're not paying you a dime. I told you this, you damn gnome.
Well, we don't need to make this racial.
Oh, okay. You're just gonna
They're
leave me.
I'm just gonna. Never mind.
You
I'm trying to
hear-
imagine the
you-
height disparity here.
well, no,
Because you've got
There's
pretty-
a lot of really
gnome-
short people yelling at each other right
You've
now.
got a gnome surrounded by
halflings.
halflings
talking to
with a
dwarf.
dwarf who's probably just a little bit taller, and then you've got a tree trunk of an elf just kind of standing by the wayside like, I don't know any of these people. I'm not here. Oh,
you
look at
just
that.
walk into the
sky's
bar?
really blue today.
Yeah.
You guys
So with
see
that, Cheese takes out a piece of paper in front of you. Urki, you recognize it as your written contract, and he says, "Never trust a gnome." And he rips up the contract in front of you, and then rips it into little pieces, and then throws it up like confetti. And the sandwich family begins to walk away.
So they don't have the cart with them. It's just the family is there.
Just the
Okay.
family.
All right. Well, this got me kind of pissed. Let's see. This is a less than lethal option. We could probably make this work.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, they're out there.
Think
Just
you
cast a
got
web on them.
You're gonna cast web
Or
on them.
attempt to. Yep. Multi-slot. Stick webbing. 20-foot cube. That should get at least a couple of them. Should get most of them, right?
20-foot cube.
Yeah.
There
We
were.
fit a lot of halflings in a 20-foot.
That's gonna. You can aim it and it'll hit cheese and spam, but it will not get the whole family.
All right. Let's do that.
All right.
So I cast that and enters their innermost, so it's being cast on them. So they have to do a DC save against 17.
All right. Give me.
Oh
a
wait,
sec.
no, I have arcane focus against 18.
Ooh, jeez. Feature stats.
I couldn't find arcane focus like +1. Like there's a grimoire thing, but like I'm a little like iffy on adding it because I added some additional stuff. So
hold on. I was not prepared for you to fight these guys. So I need to do
I mean, they don't have to fight back. I'm inconveniencing them.
Here we go. This is
Well,
what
I'm,
I'm
getting,
Well,
I'm, getting the I'm also getting like the back rank because like if the ones in front want to come at me, they have to go through the web.
Here we go.
So-
Okay, what was it? What save was it?
Huh?
DC 18 Dex.
Yes.
All right. You cast it into the middle of the group. There's roughly a dozen. There's 11 of them because there are a dozen
Oh
brothers.
shit.
And, there are a dozen
That many of them.
brothers, including Sam. Sam's the 12th brother. And
Me and my temper. Oh well.
you snag 3 of them, including Cheese Sandwich, but Spam sees it, looks over his shoulder just in time to see it coming, and unsheaths his sword and cuts down the middle of it so it goes on both sides of him.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And he says, "Look here, Gnome. You don't know who you're messing with. I'm a sandwich, gosh darn it. You better calm it down or I'll put you in your place." And with that, he starts helping his brothers out with the webbing.
Oh, I'll just go give him the finger and walk away. So no, it's like, oh wait, that probably wasn't the best idea. So I could just, yeah.
So, because you spent the money on the explosives, any coinage you had before, gone. You're clean out of money. You have less than 1 gold in your pocket.
I should start selling poison from my alchemy jug. Or just like sell booze on the street to like, who wants a cup? Like 1 copper, just like endless amount. Start my own bar. Be a mole.
I guarantee you, you'll have
Alright.
your first customer in one of
Might
the
not have any
sandwiches.
money, though.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, yeah. So I'm walking off, I guess, and there's these other people that were near. I recognize Lode.
You recognize Lode.
Yeah. So, how in the world did you end up getting paid by the sandwiches to dredge Cantamon Bay?
Well, they didn't actually pay me.
Well, I mean,
So-
contracted by, I should say. Obviously, they didn't pay you, but
I
how
need
did that happen?
I need Sam to give me an insight check.
I imagine they go with the lowest bidder.
I think you hit the nail on the head. Sam, you realize that your family does not have any expertise in doing large engineering projects like this. But the castle decided to hire them because they were the cheapest option. And then, in turn,
They subcontracted.
they subcontracted
see.
to Urki for the cheapest subcontractor they could find, and Urki was, a little cocky and a little, oh, I could do that piece of cake. I'll do it for next to nothing.
So it's layers of lowest bidder. I see.
Yes.
I really hit the nail on the head then.
I mean, I guarantee you, part of the harbor is lower. Consistently lower.
Looking out, are like a couple of the docks like falling into the bay at this
They're not
point?
falling into the bay, but definitely one of them is swaying with the
Sagging.
with the ocean. But also you've noticed like, a little bit of sea life that's supposed to be in the water is, a couple 50 meters into the dock area. Like some fish got blown all the way out of the water into the courtyard.
Oh, you should charge all of the fishermen for the easy catches they're getting.
Except you probably damaged a bunch of their boats.
But the fish is like
in the wave.
got hit by shrapnel.
Well, I mean,
We'll call it.
I
a
imagine
wash.
this was under the water, correct? The shrapnel isn't actually going to fly that far. It's the shockwave that's going to
Well, yeah,
stun
and
and
then-
or kill the fish.
And also
I mean, I can
the
try
long
charging
flight
him,
and
but-
sudden stop when it hits the ground.
Well, but I mean, there's some that would still be floating in the bay, and that's what I'm talking about. There's all
definitely.
kinds of fish out there that are a lot easier to catch now that they're dead.
There's a few fish either dead or shocked, stunned, kind of floating in the bay, definitely there. But no one has, none of the fishing boats, as far as you can tell, have taken advantage of that.
Hello. Good to see you. I'm looking for a reliable employer. You know where I could find some decent folk to work with. These sandwiches, just can't trust them.
Well, here's the thing about that.
Hold on, Urki, take a observation check, a perception check. I mean.
Perception. Oh wow, this is new. +0.
Oh yeah. Continue on.
I'm very angry, so I'm not quite all there.
Continue on. I thought you might notice something, but you did not.
Oh, okay.
You went from what, +3? What was Kalen's perception?
Yeah, it was.
Higher
Better
than that.
+4.
Anyways.
+4. Okay. I was
Yeah,
close.
yeah, but like I was just started noticing these goddamn sandwiches, and like they have the promises, and they're dirty and taller than me, and they breathe like rabbits. The world be
All right,
better
all right.
without them.
All right,
We'll
I'm
get
gonna
them.
stop you right there,
What?
and I will say that one of the group that I have been working with, we're all, quite capable. He's definitely the wild card of the bunch, but one of them is
Drunken card.
actually a sandwich. A member of the sandwich family. He's not actually
This
a
family?
sausage.
This group of assholes? He's
Yes.
one of these assholes?
Well, he's related to those assholes. I would say he's more of just an absurd drunk,
He threw a dildo at me.
but don't interrupt, Sunset. We'll get to those stories later. But I can tell you that he had nothing to do with the, false contract, shady contract that the other sandwiches may have entered into with you. I can say very, very conclusively that he's been far too drunk for the last several months to have had anything to do with that. So he's drunk. He's a menace to
Oh, he didn't
himself
have to
and
do-
to society, but he's all right.
Okay. Well, I can ignore that for a bit.
He
So, as long as we don't have
threw
to
a
deal with
dildo at me. And now there's a statue of me in the center of town holding one. His fault.
I said he was a wild card,
Would you like that dildo to be your arcane focus? I can carve some inscriptions in there, and then that will,
I
That's what
dropped
you're
it
known
into his
for.
drink
We can-
later that day. I don't have it
Oh.
anymore.
Oh, okay. Well,
I wasn't
Just
around
about.
for that part.
What did you miss out?
Yeah.
As you're having this discussion, you notice that Porky has stepped out the front door of the Unicorn's bounty, and you see him dealing with the Sandwich family. You see them arguing a little bit, and eventually the Sandwich family leaves, and you see him see the three of you, see Sam, Lode, and Sunset, and wave you over. Like,
Yeah, let's go see what's up with Porky.
yeah, I could use a drink.
Porky, my good friend,
Pork, it says
Or me.
Sam. And without hesitation, without you saying anything, he just hands you a mug of beer.
Thank you, Porky. It's like we're one mind.
And he says, aye, laddies. It's been a long day. I don't like to see fighting on my docks. Come into the bar. We'll take care of all of you. Don't worry about the sandwiches. They're, Sam,
He
you,
likes
you-
the fighting inside the building in the fighting pit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's keep the fighting to where it can be bet and spectated on.
Here, here.
And he says, "Don't worry, Sam. Your family is a pain in the butt, but you're a good egg."
Somehow he's the best of the bunch.
Thanks, Porky.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So you head inside. He pours everyone drinks, and he says, "Hi, Lode, Sunset, Sam. Who's the gnome? I like to know personally all of my patrons here at the Unicorn's Bounty."
Well, Porky, this is Erky. We had worked together a little bit, or at least, kind of in parallel when I was to the east over the last few months. She helped, our friends with a situation over to the east.
Wow, it sounds like you're speaking thieves' cant, son. Spit it out.
Lockers.
Well, with Calypso gone and everything, yes, it got a little weird.
I think everybody here is in some form or shape part of the Order of the Crow at this point.
Yeah, I guess
Like-
Porky's on it. It's his bar. All right.
Yeah.
Well, she helped us with some stuff for the order, dealing with some beasts and some saurians in the forest over there.
Give me a persuasion, not a persuasion. Yeah, give me a persuasion check.
Hey, I'm already telling the truth.
I know, but it's a tall tale, so.
You got to make it believable.
Well, shouldn't that be like performance? It's exactly the same. It doesn't matter. 7.
He says, sure you did, Lode. But it's all right, Lode. A friend of yours is a friend of mine, and it's welcome here at the Unicorn's Bounty.
All
You know
right,
what?
Porky.
You know what,
Whatever you
folks?
say, man.
First round's on me. For the heroes of Cantamont, and he raises a beer, and you hear the bar like just kind of a quiet hurrah, and like cheers for the heroes of Cantamont.
Has Porky figured out my drink order yet?
Yes, he has. He hands you a glass of water.
Fantastic.
And he puts a little, like a cocktail stir in it, though. Maybe a slice of lemon.
Oh, nice. Nice. Make it fancy. I like it. I like it. I approve.
Porky innovated the slice of lemon.
Yeah. Now he just needs to work on that ice.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be a few decades to invent the ice machine in that bar, so don't worry.
I mean, he's got access to me. Cut me in for half
Yeah.
the profits. I can make
Make
all
the
of the
ice
ice he
machine?
needs.
Yeah, between you and Erky, probably actually make that happen and turn it into an actual machine.
Quite possibly.
See, that's on the
This is the
infusion
point
list.
where we quit and all become rich because we invent the ice machine.
End of
everybody's
campaign.
gonna forget
You
the cold
become-
problems of
You
Cantamont.
become
No one cares.
the
Drink moguls.
the Jeff
of,
Bezos of
Cantamont.
ice machines in the Ninth Age world. They done.
I mean, to be fair, artificers are routinely known for making nuclear bombs. I think an ice machine is a pretty small order comparatively.
Yeah, my little walking cannon can now go can go nuclear as an action. So it can.
There you go.
Oh, great.
Little
There you
area
go.
of effect. Well, it's a walking bomb now. It's perfect.
That's
Yeah,
good to know.
there you go. There you go. You have effectively created the what was his class title? Basically one of the characters from Borderlands 2 would throw turrets out and
Oh yeah.
you could skill them up to go nuclear. So I can't remember what his class was.
I only played the first one.
Second one was good,
Yeah, I
but
think
that's a story for another time.
Yeah, moving
Yeah.
on.
Anyways, so the
drinking
unicorn's
drinks.
bounty is, not overly busy, but the standard midday crowd. There's a few people in there, no one you recognize. The fighting pits are not open right now, but you definitely, but they're not open right now. The doors to the back door out to the fighting pits are locked.
Quick question. I didn't ask this during the initial run of the fighting pits. It's all wood in there, right? Like it's not made of stone or anything?
No, it's something the majority is wood, but the foundations are stone. Kind of the
Okay, but like-
the base structure is stone.
Right, but like any of the walls or possibly ceiling are all wood, correct?
Flammable, yes.
Yeah,
Ceiling-
that's my point.
Ceiling definitely wood.
Yep.
The main walls are stone, like the main structural walls, but little in between walls, wood.
Okay. Still, ceiling on fire, not a good look. So.
But there isn't really a ceiling. It's an outdoor pit, right. It's the back door of the house, and then it's like
okay.
it's a stadium situation,
Okay.
In the backyard.
I'm just
so to
I'm
speak.
just trying to decide if Sunset would have ever taken part in the fights. And if any part of it was made of wood, probably not. But
Probably.
if anything directly adjoined to the actual pit where the fights occur was made of wood, she would not.
Okay.
But
Probably
So definitely
bleachers and stuff.
the barriers of the fighting area are definitely wood. All the stands, like the bleachers are definitely
Okay,
wood. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so no chance. No chance. Got a good gig here. Can't
Our-
ruin it by setting everything on fire.
Is our boy Darius there?
Not that you can see.
Hopefully he's out gathering info.
The junior hero of Cantamont, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. He's doing it for free.
So brave.
Somehow,
So bold.
I thought I actually had to talk him into it, but he's all about it. So great.
I don't know, I kind of figured he'd do it for nothing based on the conversation we had just prior to the end of season 1.
We just give him the axe.
We don't have the axe anymore. You also probably don't remember that. So, the answer is no. We don't have the axe anymore.
Oh.
Oh,
Well,
All right.
Yeah, that's about-
So,
That's about
so Lode, what kind of work you doing these days?
Oh, well, we're kind of in the middle of a handful of jobs right now,
Oh, really?
but
Speaking of which,
one of them involves hobgoblins and a cursed axe, and there was some other stuff, but some dark gods, followers of the dark gods.
Anything I can help
Annoying
blow up?
French guy.
Hobgoblins?
Yes.
Oh.
This is. I think your skill set would be right up our alley for this particular set of
Cool.
jobs.
I think
what are we
the
blowing up?
hobgoblins might be taken care of. I don't know though.
We'll see. There are a lot of them. So you
I
never
didn't.
know.
I didn't get any notification of like job completion, did I?
No.
No MMO quest tracker stating that
The exclamation
that my
point
job's done.
and instead of the question mark above their head, or
Yeah.
nope, nothing yet.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll have to make a trip to my shop at some point.
But yes, I think we could definitely use your set of skills.
Especially to work on maybe a set of schematics.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next.
Sure, the thing.
That was gonna be my next thing. Was like, well, she's good with explosives. What do you make of these?
These? What's these?
Well, I'll show.
Schematics.
I'll hand you the schematics that we got.
Yeah, Ricky, give me a what would be the right test for this? Intelligence? Probably intelligence. At
I
advantage,
would
at advantage.
actually.
Should add proficiency.
I would
probably.
go with a. Actually, I would go with an Arcana check.
It's a skill check, right?
I would go with an Arcana check. It's an intelligence-based roll, and it fits with the potential magical properties of the device being made. I would
Yeah.
go with an Arcana check.
Lord God spells magic items.
Arcana, it's a you're proficient on it, so you get the bonus proficiency onto it on top of it.
That's right. So I'm at a +9. Because I'm wicked smart. Oh, what do you know? Secret
Whoa,
success.
I'm wicked smart.
Hey.
Wicked smart. My boy's wicked smart.
Well, there we
gotta,
go.
gotta impress these folks.
Oh, wait,
It's a beer
definitely.
making machine.
You
Yeah, I got this.
You look
Its
at
byproduct
it
is
and
beer.
you take a few moments to survey the sheets, kind of flip through it really briefly, and you're like, oh, I know this is. This is a series of gears and pulleys that work with tension that are controlled on the back of a reliquary. A reliquary is this giant platform carried into battle by the Equitanians with a giant relic on it. And you can tell this pulley tension gear system is intended to lift the main relic in the center, which is in the specifications is only drawn as just basically a sarcophagus, and kind of aim it. You know, like it helps to aim its holy power, quote unquote. And this seems very much in your wheelhouse. You are able to construct these schematics, the pieces that the schematics are asking for. In order to complete them, you would need a day's amount of work and approximately 40 gold and access to. Do you have a artificer's kit or like a metalworking kit?
Oh yeah, I can make whatever tools I need.
There you go.
Even if she doesn't, I imagine the Ordo would let them.
Yeah.
Let her utilize any of their tools. They just said bring the person. They didn't say build it first.
Beer.
Yep.
And we can
I can
handle the 40
What was
gold,
that, Sam?
right?
What was that, Sam?
Actually,
How does the beer come out?
It's clearly a byproduct. They probably just throw it away.
Oh, science. I get it.
I get it. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Science.
Does Sam even believe in science?
does anybody really at this point?
Well, I mean, alchemy's a sort of science.
Quasi
But at
science,
this
yeah.
point, it's like the midpoint between like engineering-y science and magic.
I mean,
Like
I would
engineering,
argue that
chemistry,
anything the
science.
Artifacer's producing is a hybrid between the two. And any advancements
but do they know
in science. Oh, okay. That's what you're getting at. No, they have no clue.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Gears
Discussion
came
for a
to
different time. But
Gears came to somebody in a dream, and the person who made them was burned at the stake as a witch before the uses of them became apparent.
yeah. All right.
All right, so
well,
definitely Urki, in your this is to you personally. You understand
Yep,
that
yep.
this is gonna cost you exactly 40 gold. And it will let's say
40 gold
it'll take you half day's work.
Okay. Take me a half day's worth. So we're good. Like, this is gonna take me a week to construct. And my rate is 20 gold a day.
I need the three of you to give me an insight check.
I'm just gonna straight up say, I imagine the Ordo would cover that cost. I'm not making an insight check at all. My insight is the Ordo will pay you whatever it costs.
that's probably true. I still rolled an 18.
Sam, okay, Urki, give me a persuasion check.
At +7. Oh, well, it's a 25.
Nice.
Boy, oh boy.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys are like, oh, that makes complete sense. And Sunset's like, we can just pass this cost on to the Ordo, right?
Cool.
Yeah.
So,
sounds
when
good
we
to me.
going?
I mean, the Ordo's the one who needs it, not us,
That's true. They want it more than you do,
right?
apparently.
If they
Yeah.
want it. Now, there's potential stipulations that can occur once we get there, but at this point in time, the instructions were effectively bring me the person who can build this.
Well, we
That's
can
what we're
start with
doing.
that.
Okie doke. We got this.
All right. At this time, there's a big. You're sitting at the bar, which is kind of close to the door, the main door. The main doors slam open, and coming through the door is none other than Darius. And as he walks in, he's kind of in a rush. He's huffing and puffing, and he turns and he sees Sam and Sunset, and he says, "Oh, it's the heroes of Cantamont. I've been going all through the Door District and all over town, looking. I know everything in the city. I know what's going on. Anything you need to know, you can ask me. You guys are the best. I love you. I mean. What do you need?"
This guy's the best.
Darius, what's your favorite color?
He is a dread elf. He is all dressed in black, and he says, black?
I was hoping you'd go for a Holy Grail reference there.
What's the Holy Grail reference?
Blue.
Uh,
no, green.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Yes. 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 What is the
that was a good
airspeed
one.
velocity of an unladen swallow?
Oh.
What do you mean, African or European swallow?
You have to
What?
know these
I don't know
things when
that.
you're king.
I know. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
You guys deserve a better DM. I should have caught on to that one.
I thought that's where you were going. It's fine that you didn't. It's just that's where my mind went.
No, he
As soon as you
says.
said-
He says. He hesitates for a moment, and he says, "Black, I guess."
You passed, Darius. Good job.
No, we're just making sure it's really you.
Give us the dirt. What'd you learn?
No,
Okay,
no,
guys.
no,
Okay, guys. Get this. There's been sightings of hobgoblins in the Doer district.
Oh, gosh.
Are any of us still like beat up and bleeding from any of that? I guess not by now.
Not really. You're fine.
Like, oh, you don't say.
Yeah, really.
And
Really?
get this, guys, get this. Have you ever heard of the scarred palms?
What?
Ooh.
I've heard whisperings, but never.
They are.
I am prepared for a tale.
I am a little more connected in the underworld than you guys, just so you know. Let me tell you what the scarred palms are all about here. Guys, sit down. And with that low, you guys sit at the bar, and Porky, just without hesitation, is suddenly there with a fresh beer, handing it to Darius. Just Johnny on the spot.
He's the best.
And Darius says, the scarred palms come from the land of Nebezkanesh, which is the land of the infernal dwarves. They are the largest organization of hobgoblins that are not, I think technically they're still managed and owned. The organization is controlled by infernal dwarves, but they have become so strong they have really weakened that tie, and they basically operate independently now. They are a criminal organization that focuses on like petty crime. They often get hired to rob people or to cause riots or cause, like, in the streets kind of crime. You know what I mean? Not subtle, not efficient, just brute force. They've never been in Equitane before.
Kidnappings and the like.
No kidnappings. And I guess they do kidnappings, but they're not the smoothest at it. They've never been in Equitane before. They are here now for some unexplained reason. And then hold on, let me do a little check here.
So, on the order of checks, for those of us who are very familiar with the fact that the Scarred Palms are in Cantamont, I can't decide if it should be like a raw con save or a performance check, maybe a persuasion check, to keep a straight face while he tells us this information that we already know.
He's so proud of himself. I
Yeah,
don't want to beat him down on his first report.
Like, I really feel like we should make some sort of check for that. To keep a straight face and a level tone. Like, and not
great, Darius.
not inject too much sarcasm into what we're saying.
Okay,
It's like-
Urki doesn't know any of this, so no check for
Right.
Urki. Sam's drunk enough to
I've probably
not-
forgotten.
not
Yes.
tell. Lode and Sunset, give me a performance check.
Performance. Okay. That's what I was generally leaning towards.
Yeah.
So.
Great. I rolled from
Oh.
a 17 to a 3.
I am sitting at a cool 15.
Okay.
I'm visibly disappointed.
No. You Sunset, you're fine. Lode, as he says to you with like the straightest face, when he says, I know about the underworld and what's going on in the city. You can't control your laughter, and it's immediately right when you're taking a sip of beer, and you basically you spit take into his mouth, into his face, like laughing.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. There's actual laughter with it. All right. I was gonna say maybe you could play it off as surprise. Like, really? That's exactly what we need. But no. Not if there's actual laughter with it.
Yeah.
And he sits there just shocked, and he takes like a rag from the tabletop and wipes his face down. And he's like, and he's like, did I upset
Lode's
you,
still
Lode?
laughing at a
Did
really
I- Did I let
Lode's
you
still
down,
laughing
Lode?
at a really funny joke that he heard just prior to you getting in here?
Well, no, Sunset really likes to do this, and she'll message me in my head with her magic stuff, this really funny joke, right at the most inopportune moments. And
So, Lode, give me a persuasion check give me a persuasion check at advantage because Sunset's helping you.
oh, great.
I mean, would it be more deception check?
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Deception.
The score is the same.
It's the same thing, but yeah. Oh!
9.
So you see him go like, oh, okay, yeah, that's funny, and he seems
Yes,
a little.
I'm sorry.
He seems a little.
Continue with what you were saying.
A little less enthusiastic than he was previously. Then he says, he tells you, but it seems the Scarred Palms have been going rogue. That's why they're here in Equitane. They're not supposed to be here. And because of that, a certain, and he goes like this, and he body checks out Sam, and he says, certain sandwich family has been sent here to take care of them. Sam, give me a perception check. Give me a perception check.
Oh God, I just figured out who is trying to pay me.
It's a 5.
Yeah, you don't notice anything. You're still deeply infatuated with your beer.
All right, I have a question
Yes.
for Darius. What can you tell me about the Order? Capital T, capital O.
The Order?
Yeah. The Infernal Dwarf had mentioned it out loud to
The organization?
or the organization. That's right.
There
the
you go.
organization.
That's
Whatever
what I was
the whatever. You Lode comes in with the correction.
Oh, I mean, you could have just gotten it right, but
Well, right, but yeah, I don't think I actually
Give credit
wrote
where
it
it's due.
down, which means that I wouldn't have actually remembered it, but I do remember the Infernal Dwarf whose name I can't remember or be bothered to pronounce appropriately.
Zenislav, come on.
Oh, right, Zenny, right.
Sam,
Did actually mention it out loud to us.
Sam, you hear this, so you can do with that information what you will. You hear this, but he says, and he hush tones now, hush tones. He says, the organization. Do you know what the organization is?
I make a
Ju-
throat cutting motion as
Just
saying this.
that.
Wait, toward Darius?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Give me a intimidation check. Give me an intimidation check.
All right. While he's doing that, I'm gonna elaborate, just saying that
I'm gonna do. Oh,
I-
no.
I hear that they are in town and have had dealings with hobgoblins in the past. I'm just looking to see if there's a connection. The exact words from the Infernal Dwarf were, after you saw the hobgoblin, what's the organization doing in town or doing here? So just for
Darius
clarity on why I'm asking
says,
that.
after you ask him that, like, what is the organization doing in town? He says, he says his eyes go big, and he says, and he kind of comes up next to you and he whispers to you. Last time he said, "Do you know who the organization is?" And he says, "You actually know who the organization is?"
So before
I'm just gonna
sunset
stare at him.
answers-
I'm just
And
gonna
with that-
stare at
and
him.
with that, he looks over at this point, sees Sam finishing the cut move across his throat, and he says, "Oh, I mean, I don't know who the organization is."
Can I do two things? One would be a perception check to see if I see Sam making that gesture.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Okay. 17.
Nope, didn't see it.
Oof. All right. Well, then, being half joking and half very serious, I'm gonna kind of grab him by the arm and pull him down to my level
Okay.
and say, "You wouldn't be holding out information on us, would you, Darius?"
Okay, so
And
I'm gonna
first,
stare at him
intimidation?
harder. At this point, I'm gonna stare at him harder in a kind of, you know what I can do,
That's a 19.
kind of menacing way.
And I'm using my reaction to add +5 to Lode's roll because I have
Oh.
Flash of Genius, and I
So
can add
that's
my
a
intelligence
24.
modifier to any skill check.
Thank you, Ricky.
I've been sandbagging on that for a bit during this conversation. haven't been
So
fast enough.
Darius goes, and he keeps looking at you, back at Sam, you, back at Sam, you, back at Sam, and he goes, I'm sorry, Lode, I don't know who the organization is. I don't want Sam to kill me. I'm sorry.
Well, at that, I think everybody's gonna look at Sam.
I'm just gonna as I let go, shove Darius away from the conversation, and
Give me a
Sam.
strength check. Straight strength check.
come on.
I just want to see. I just want to see if one thing happens.
Through the wall.
Straight strength 13.
Okay, so you push Darius, and he pushes back and stumbles, falls over an errant chair, and tumbles to the ground with his kind of cloak splayed out. And you see him go, "I'm sorry, Lode, I'm sorry." And he gets up and runs to the back to the door to the fighting pits and goes through it, crying to himself.
Oh,
Everyone give me a perception check.
I yell after him. "I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed."
That's even worse.
I know. That was
natural
my
one.
point.
Is a natural one good?
No.
Okay.
Very good.
Ooh. That's gonna be a 9.
Dirty 20.
Lode saves us. I rolled a 4 plus 5.
Load. Okay,
Those
here we
playing
go.
at home.
Here we go.
I don't know.
You notice when he falls over that one of the pouches underneath his cloak that you didn't see before because he was standing, but when he was on the floor, it's kind of splayed out. You notice an embroidered F.
F.
Like, well, you didn't notice it, that Giovanni's wearing. The same F. And you, this time, you didn't see it before you didn't notice it before on Giovanni, but you notice it this time. That F indicates a certain person you interacted with in your backstory.
Gotcha. Okay.
But with that, he runs off.
I mean, I think he's given us all the information we need in general anyway. I'm pretty sure everybody's looking at Sam right now. What do you know?
Yeah, Sam. Holding out at us.
What are you looking at me for? I don't know what Darius's problem is.
Why was he saying that you were going to kill him if he shared any information with us about the organization?
I wasn't the guy who threw him into a chair. Probably scared of you.
That happened after, not before.
Yeah, you were being so nice to him, our junior member of our clan.
The
And
honorary.
you verbally abused him, then threw him into a wall.
Yeah, then I physically abused him.
That's
I
not how
was
we
mad.
not
Why
how we
was he
treat our
telling-
junior members.
Why was he saying that you were going to kill him?
Are you gonna kill us, Sam?
Yes.
Fair. I walked into that one.
I don't disbelieve you.
Yeah, right.
I think you're asking the wrong questions here.
You're not wrong.
I don't know what he meant. But I'm disappointed in Lode's temper.
Can I roll insight on that?
Yes, you
Against,
may.
I assume, his persuasion or deception?
And you all Lode and Sunset and Ricky are all doing the same thing at the same time, so you are at advantage. But you're only gonna do one roll for the three of you.
Who has the highest modifier to insight?
Insight, I have +4.
0 plus 1.
And you can give it +5, so I can do +9.
Erky it is.
Alright, I'm using my my +5 in addition. Okay, 25.
Yeah. You can tell Sam is being evasive.
I could
he's-
tell Sam was being evasive.
Right.
It does not
So
seem.
insightful.
It does not seem that Sam is part of the organization, but he definitely knows more information about it.
Okay,
Maybe we just need to get Sam more drunk.
here's a question.
That's a good idea.
Here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Why, when Lode followed your brother the other night, did it lead him to a dead goblin, or a dead hobgoblin, and the axe of a Khan, as we have come to learn that that is what it is called?
Why was Lode following my brother?
Yeah, we're
You
not
already
gonna
have
get
Marguerite. How greedy
absolutely
can you be?
anything out of this guy. So, I think Lo just kind of rolls his eyes and, well, this is a waste of time.
No, you're a waste of time.
Oh.
Is Porky at the bar?
He is.
I'm gonna go over to the bar.
No. The minute, like, in your mind, you're like, hey, it's Porky near me. All of a sudden, he's just like appears behind the bar, and he's like, hey, Sunset, my friend. Ooh, how can I help you? You need anything? Maybe a nice
Your
beer?
strongest drink.
Ooh. I've been waiting a long time for this. And he steps behind the bar, goes down, unlocks a cabinet behind the bar beneath, goes and rustles around, brings out a wood box, sets it on the table, opens it, brings out an object covered in like silk. And he unwraps this silk. And in there is this very oddly shaped glass bottle, and inscribed in a circular, a metal inlay in the glass around the fattest part of the glass is writing that none of you recognize. And he says,
Oh, can we give it a shot?
This, my friends, is a ogre firewater from the great ogre khans of the Great Plain, where they brew this alcohol with the blood of tuskers, and they ferment it with tusker dung for at least a year. It is the strongest drink ever. I've never served it before. All I ask in return,
Sam should be pretty.
all I ask in return is 5 gold. For 1 shot.
I'll give him 10.
Ooh. With that, you push the gold onto the bar top, and he quickly snags it away, throws down 2 shot glasses, pours them up quick, recorks it, recovers it in silk, puts it back in the box, closes it gently, puts it back underneath the bar. And he says, I wish you all plenty of luck.
All right.
I'm gonna take the shot glasses, bring them back over to Sam, and say, you know what, Sam, you're right. Take these in a as an offering of my apologies from both me and Lode. That's why there's 2 of them.
Oh gosh, golly gee, thank you so much.
Sam, what do you do?
I just pound them both immediately.
Yeah, what do you mean? He drinks them
Yeah.
quickly and with great enthusiasm.
Oh boy. Give me a con save at disadvantage, and no, you don't get your modifier. So it's a regular save then. It's a regular D20.
Alright.
That's not what I was looking for. I should probably read
6.
those before I actually post them.
And a 10.
Oh.
I
As
haven't
you
rolled above a 10 all day.
as you take both shots in succession very quickly, it tastes beyond horrible. It tastes like a combination of I don't even know how to describe it. It's like beer that's been left out in the sun and is flat and is like molding in the sun, combined with like swamp water.
Swamp friends.
Swamp friends.
That's what it's called. That's what the inscription actually means.
You immediately take this, and I mean, you're used to taking your alcohol. You're very used to it. This puts you to a new level very quickly. At this time, everyone else, Sam is at disadvantage to all. Basically, when you're talking to him, you get a +5 modifier to any persuasion check.
Is this like an opposed roll or something?
Yeah, it's gonna be opposed roll. Your persuasion against Constitution.
All right. I probably should. Someone tell me what to say, because I have +7 persuasion, plus I can use my reaction, plus the bonus. So I can get +17 on this roll.
Just ask him the same questions we asked him before.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
And this is and this applies since Sam's metabolism is so good when it comes to alcohol. This applies to one question and one question only.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, in that case, we
Well-
need to decide which one it will be.
Yes.
I think just
Tell me everything you know about the order.
yeah, or you know the
organization.
organization. Yeah. I
Organization,
think that's.
yes.
I think that's exactly.
All right, Erky, give me a persuasion check at advantage +5. And Sam, give me a constitution
+5
saving
from
throw.
you and +5 from me as well. So, so that's
29.
Oh, okay, I don't need
34?
this. 29.
Oh.
I did say I was going to use my mine, so we'll just say it's 34. Just, you know.
So you can't
Oh,
bullshit
boy.
us.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
Yep. Give
But
me
you
a-
have to roll that.
All right. Critical fail.
So,
Now,
you
hold
wait,
on.
hold
You
on.
are lucky.
Hold on. You have failed. I need you to tell them the truth to that answer.
Well,
But it can, if you want to, it can be a vague truth, but it has to be a truth. And I know the truth, so I will call you on not telling the truth.
I
Now,
also like to point out he
yes,
is
that's
lucky
the point.
and does get to re-roll that one.
True, Sam. You are lucky, and you can re-roll that if you
You
want.
do still have to beat a 34.
Yes.
I mean, that's impossible, right?
Right.
A
Yeah.
20
If he gets a
Unless
nat
actually
20,
Yeah.
I mean, depending on how you look at it, if he gets a nat 20, he could potentially call it a success.
Yeah.
You gonna re-roll it, Sam?
All right. Oh, I'll only have a +11 to persuasion, so.
No, but if you roll a 20, it will be a success.
I doubt that would happen. Rolled above a 10 all night. All right, I'll
Come
tell
on,
you the
bad
truth.
attitude.
There is a secret order.
Yeah.
Many,
no
many
shit.
members all throughout the city. People you pass by every day. You know, could be a baker, a guard, a bartender, even people in this own group. Could be anyone. And we all gather around certain times of the night when the moon is a certain shape and a certain color, and we all vote on who the ugliest son of a bitch in the entire city is. And you won, Erky. You won. It's you.
Nice.
That's far. Ooh, that's not quite the truth, Sam. You
Oh,
say
yeah.
that, but you also that's what you intend to say to be like fuck you guys. But in your drunkenness, what comes out is that statement. Plus, the organization is a very secret organization that lords over all of the 5 criminal organizations in Vedia, which is the whole of Europe. Sam has never met anyone in the organization, and no one knows who's in that organization. But this is the group that orchestrates basically all of the major crime families.
I guess that'd be player knowledge more than character knowledge, but arguably that last part's a lie.
What? Oh,
That he's never met anybody or
Well,
knows
to his
who's in.
knowledge, he's never specifically met somebody.
Sure, he
least.
has.
No. In the organization, this separate organization that's above all the other crime families, he has not met anyone in
Oh,
that
okay.
organization. The other
Okay,
crime
so
families, the other
then
crime
the-
families, which I will admit to you right now, Sam admits that one of those 5 crime families is the Secret Sandwich.
Right. I guess what I was getting at was I assumed and I guess at this point, incorrectly assumed that the people with the stylized F badge or whatever were part of the organization. I'm assuming that's just another of the crime families. Then,
Well,
That's
that
that's a
accurate?
question for you to ponder over, unless you want to ask your fellow colleagues about it.
all right. Well, at that moment, Lode is going to say, so the stylized F on Darius's, on the inside of his cloak, I don't know if you saw that. Mostly just Urki and Sunset, obviously, is the symbol of the Flor-Leone family, which is, I'm assuming, one of the crime families that the organization is over. But I encountered them briefly when I was to the east a few months ago. Well, basically what happened is I was on a job escorting one of the sons of the family in a cave, and he, of his own accord, mind you, fell to his death in that cave. So they might still be upset with me over that. Tried to explain that he was a little cocky and not really paying attention to what he was doing in a dangerous place, but they didn't really want to hear that.
And you were in Arcalia.
But this might all be my fault.
And you were in Arcalia, which is equivalent of modern Italy. Is where Giovanni's from. I think I mispronounced that name in a previous episode, but it's Arcalia.
So basically just like the mountains to the north of where we were in season 1.5.
No, further southeast.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, there you have it.
So,
Oh.
a mafia member's son was fell,
Yep.
and you are
Shut up, Sam. You can't say anything.
still
I
alive.
refuse to take
How?
any shit from you.
I honestly expect that Sam probably is incapable of speech, considering what he just imbibed. Which is why we only got one.
At this point, the kind of things have been explained. Things have been said between the group now. This Tusker, let's call it Tusker poop wine, Tusker dung wine. That's what it's called. Tusker dung wine has made its way through Sam's system. It gave him the head rush. He was forced to answer the question truthfully. Went through his body. It has made it to your stomach, Sam, and it sits there. You sober up very quickly because this is fast-acting stuff, and you immediately need to vomit like you've never needed to vomit before.
Here's as good a place as any.
You have enough
gonna let
time.
fly.
You can attempt to hold it in, or if you just want to let it go, you can choose where it goes.
Nope, we're sharing stories. We're sharing stories.
Where is it going? Where is it going?
Arc, forward arc.
So Sam kind of
20-foot
leans.
arc.
You hear everyone here is just as you're talking about these crime families. All of a sudden, all four of you hear this like, and it's everyone looks at Sam's stomach like, oh boy, and Sam leans back like he's laughing, like he's chuckling, really, like laughing really hard. Leans back and just fountain just goes over Sunset's head is the tallest mark of this stream of vomit, and it kind of just showers over everyone.
Can I make a
Dex
dex save
Yeah.
to
Yes, you
avoid
may.
the acid damage?
All three of you
Advantage
can
on
make a
dex
dex save. Yeah.
Against effects that I can. So, with advantage.
17.
Yes, actually, I think that works.
19.
I don't have. Wait, hold
Oh,
on.
you get advantage?
Okay.
Because it's poison? Or...
Okay. Quick
No, it's-
question
It's,
Yeah.
before I roll
danger
this.
sense or something like that.
From the sound, can I identify what's likely to happen in the next couple of seconds? Because you mentioned that we hear basically Sam's stomach gurgling.
Okay, yeah. Give me an insight check first. Give me an insight check first.
Okay. All right.
What's that noise?
I will roll that insight check.
Warned you.
That's a
Must be indigestion.
16.
You are aware of what's right about to happen.
Okay. Instead of rolling the dex check or dex save, can I use the ability of my dress to basically just teleport across the room
Yeah.
as soon as I realize what's going on?
Give me a
Don't
dex
we all
save.
take
Give me a
thunder
no
damage
no
from
no.
that?
Give me a dex save, but you're at advantage because you passed the insight check, and it's an easy dex save. So like, yeah, go ahead and roll it anyway.
Okay, so that would be a 19, which will
Okay.
probably pass. But I
You
want to
successfully
see-
do that. Where
Okay,
would you
yeah,
like
I-
to speed flash to?
Just basically the furthest point within this tavern from the splash zone.
Okay, gotcha. As you do that, you go over there. No one really notices. It's a blink of an eye. The people you land next to happen to be facing different directions, and no one's the wiser. Sam rears back, just like fountain sprinkler head vomits all over that area.
It's like a
Erky-
guar show.
Erky and Lode have enough wherewithal to just literally dive out of the way, and luckily the only one hit by the vomit is Sam himself, which is basically the sprinkles come down his chin and down the front of his shirt, and
Jesus, Porky, your beard's gone bad. You should throw it out.
with that,
Feel better there, Sam?
Porky just starts laughing, like gut barrel laughing, like I've never seen anyone react in quite such a way. This was a great purchase. Tusker dung wine. That's the best. And he gives it a
So-
kiss. He gives the bottle a kiss and then wraps it up again and puts it back in his bar.
I would like to point out, just since we're basically on the topic, I do have a bottle here of Icelandic young malt sheep dung smoked reserve. So
I think
there is a very real possibility that
Oh,
something like
wow.
this exists.
I need you
Wow.
in honor of this. Take a sip of that, please. Take a sip.
All right, hold on. I need to go get one of my branded tasting glasses. I will be right back.
Okay.
Wow, what are the
I
odds?
have like wobble.
So
Truly
after this
interactive
all
experience.
happens, there's a bit of a shock and awe of the people in the bar. At this point, you realize that you've been here a while because you got here after 1 o'clock. It's now into the evening time. Probably in a few hours, it'll be 24 hours and you want to go back to see how Kaylin's doing.
Shut up.
Oh, right.
My sweet, sweet Marguerite.
So
Oh,
I
Marguerite.
can tell you, So I did go to the distillery that does make this.
Oh, really?
And what it is so typical whiskey is made by burning peat. That's how it gets its peaty and kind of smoky flavor. For this particular brand of Icelandic whiskey, they use sheep dung in place of peat to smoke the barley, which is why it's sheep dung smoked.
Huh.
But yeah,
Hey,
so
still.
Tusker dung,
Enjoy.
sheep dung, close enough.
yeah. I'll have
Just
to bring it
for,
over next time.
As he sips at this, Tuskers in the Ninth Age world are these like kind of rhinoceros creatures that have tusks instead of a horn, and the ogres and hobgoblins ride them as mounts into battle. Ooh, that's a nice glass.
Branded tasting glass.
Oh wow.
Fancy.
Very nice.
Full,
I'll quit stalling.
full set.
All right.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Don't puke.
Oh, I'm sure it's so good.
Oh, it is. That's part of the reason why there's so little of it taken. It's really nice. So, and now I'm all warm.
Whiskey.
Perfect.
So I was just saying to the rest of the group, Sunset, it is getting this whole conversation and sequence of events is taking you guys into the evening. It's definitely getting close to the time that'll be 24 hours to go check on Kaylin.
Okay. We should get going, mostly because I want to stop by my shop before we head back to the Ordo.
Yo, shop, how's business?
Abysmal, and you'll get
Abysmal?
nothing else on you'll get nothing else about that at this juncture.
Must not be a very good sorcerer.
You don't want to
boy.
go there.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I imagine that
You don't wanna
everybody
start
in the
that
room,
conversation.
and I mean the room, takes a step back at that. You're new here, so I'll give you a pass. And then I'm gonna exit the tavern.
All right, so the four of you head up through the center of town. Actually, let me just bring up the map. We haven't looked at the map at all this session. From Unicorn's Bounty, you go up through the center of town and you see the giant statues. This is not mid-evening, so people are out around the town. People are having a good time in the inns of the town. When you make it back up over here to where your little storefront is, it's all locked up, all quiet.
Can we just make this building like actually just mark it
Yeah,
as
sure.
as my shop? Just
Why don't you draw where your shop is?
Hold on, I got it. Let
because
me
I'm
go.
not sure it'll
Oh.
persist between.
Let's see here. Yeah, it's on this courtyard, so it's going to be freehand. We're going to do... we've done purple and blue, so let's do a bright yellow. How about that? No, what are we talking about?
Oh yeah.
This is
That's it,
sunset.
bright
This is
Red would also
sunset.
work.
It's got to be a red. It's got to be a red at sunset.
Red would also work.
So this is your storefront here.
Perfect.
Okay. Just outside the door.
Just so we have a general idea of where everything is in relation
Sure.
to
Yeah,
everything
that's
else.
a good call.
Perfect.
And you
Yeah,
head there.
expensive
It's
real estate.
all
Pretty
it's
awesome.
all locked up. There is no note pinned to the door. There is no.
I do have a mail slot.
There's nothing in the mail slot either.
The the note pinned to the door was a little bit of an excessive. We really want you to see this kind of power play.
Tacky.
Yeah, old school, hook style. We've stolen your kids kind of messaging.
And there is no magical message either. Like your magical mailbox is empty.
Okay, so clearly the task is yet to be completed. We'll need to talk to Darius again.
Give me an insight check.
Sure.
I'll be right back.
That is going to be an 8.
You don't notice anything.
I mean, if it were a perception check, it'd be a 12.
Still.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I figure we'll need to potentially talk to Darius again and figure out where the remains of the scarred palms are, because the task was to eliminate the scarred palms. I figured taking out their boss would be enough, but perhaps not. But we've got a little time. It's okay. So we can make our way to the Ordo at this point.
Okay. Again, full city streets, so you're not running into any miscreants or anyone attacking you on the streets. You make it to the Ordo, and you walk in the front door, and standing at the lectern is your good friend Marguerite.
Well, we'll wait for Lode to get back. I
And
wouldn't want to
seduce her?
deprive him. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't want to deprive him of an opportunity to
And she
chat with his
says-
lady.
She says, "Hello again. Did you bring me the schematics?"
You gave us the schematics. We brought you the person who could make them.
I gave you this schematic so you can build the item.
And this person can. Guess actually, I need to probably be doing this.
I'm pointing to your top right. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to get it into camera. There. This person can.
Yeah. What? Oh.
So this
Can
Marguerite is
make them.
not only a wide lady, she's a tall lady also. She's big all the way around. And she looks down at you, Urkley, which you basically come up to her shin or her knee or her thigh. She's much larger than you.
A mighty 3 feet tall.
And she says, How skilled are you are making mechanical pieces?
I'm the best in the land.
Taking some notes from Trixie, I see.
All right, the best in the land. Good to know. I guess give me a persuasion check.
Sure. And I'll do a +5. Oh shit. Okay. So 19.
Yeah, it's still enough.
Plus the side reaction.
Still pretty good.
So the applied reaction, you get to do that to every single skill check?
No, I get a max of like my modifier, so I get a max of 5 for long rest. So I only have 1 left.
Okay, cool. Just making sure it's not unlimited.
That would be pretty broken.
It's pretty good enough.
Yeah,
like,
I'm like,
I
damn.
get 5 + 5s.
He says, well, come with me, little gnome. And she guides you down into the workspace to an empty workstation with the tools you need to complete the mechanical pieces and pulleys and levers and like tension, like I don't know, like rope that you bring, like you use as like a rubber band, you know, like tension to give it strength. And you can start working on it if you like.
Oh, I mean, like, oh, looks like you have all the tools here. Sunset's here said you can pay my standard fee of 20 gold a day. So that should take around a week. So, yeah, we expect we're good on that. That should be around 150 gold to complete the project.
Yeah, give me a persuasion check. This one's an important one.
Yeah,
I would definitely.
I'll use my last. I'll use my last one on this one. Okay.
There you go. There you go. That's gonna work.
25.
He says,
Pretty good.
I understand we're under a time crunch to finish this relic. I will get gold from the king or the Ordo stores to pay you, Gnome.
Very good.
Okay, as you approach the bench, this is probably the biggest workspace in this area. She has permitted Urki to go in there. The three of you are still in the waiting room. Urki goes in, and this is a large bench. This platform that the reliquary is on is basically a platform that's, I don't know, 4 feet by 6 feet. And then coming out from the sides of that platform. Yeah, well, it's on the floor right now.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Coming out from the sides of the platform are basically like, you know, wood members that people that carriers could go be on all 4 sides of it and pick it up together.
Okay.
On the platform, there's like this terraced gold plated, inlaid and carved with images of the lady kind of platform on top of the wood platform. And then sitting on top of that gold platform is a large sarcophagus, a tomb, and it's like, you know, classic British medieval sarcophagus where the lid is carved to be a figure of a knight with its arms on its chest, with a sword laid on its stomach, and its helmet on, written, carved into the gold on the side of the sarcophagus. It says in Equitanian, written because you understand, it's common basically. In common, it says, "Here lies the great hero of Equitane, Sir Lanville the Great."
Wow.
We know this guy?
Who?
No, so none of you see
Is
just Urki.
yeah, okay.
just
I was gonna
Urki.
say, like, is Urki the only one that sees this particular portion?
I'm the only one that sees it.
That's,
Like, okay, whatever. Someone could take
yeah,
it over,
like,
I could be in.
yeah.
No, don't care.
Other things you notice, the lid of the sarcophagus is sealed shut with like bolts along the edge.
It doesn't come back out. Got it.
And the sarcophagus is like loosely on this platform now, but you can see where the mechanism that you are to build is designed to be on that.
Okay. Cool. So, guess it looks like I have all the tools. Everything I need is there. So, Yep. Ready to proceed on work. Okay.
You can start working.
Now it's just a matter of correctly
Start
spacing
working.
out the work,
Mm-hmm.
because you know it's
Yep.
only going to take like a day, but you're
Yep.
making it seem like it needs to be a week.
Uh-huh.
So
You also
I'm gonna-
okay, give me a perception check.
At +0, 15.
15, pretty good. You do notice that on one of the other workstations, you see a Sylvan elf actually, you don't even know if it, you assume it's an elf just based upon the size of the body, but it's a body that's been wrapped in white linen from toe all the way to neck, bound tightly. The body seems to be unmoving. You don't know if it's dead or not, but you see 4 Ordos standing on 2 on each side of the she's laying on a table and 2 on each side, both of them laying their hands on her body and chanting quietly.
Okay. All right. Well, let them do their thing. I'll get to work. Like, okay. I should have that in a workshop, but all right. Maybe she's going into the casket. Maybe Lanville's supposed to have company. I don't know. So.
Maybe
right.
Lanville's supposed to have company. Good stuff. So the Sam, Sunset, and Lode are all standing in the waiting area with Marguerite.
So, Marguerite, are you single?
My only companion is the lady. I do not participate in carnal desires. And she looks at, and when she says the word carnal, her eyes go big and she's staring at Lode directly in the eyes.
When she finished saying that, you do see him kind of breathe a visible sigh of relief.
And you would never break that vow?
I imagine there's no small amount of shuddering as well as.
Right.
I am steadfast in the lady. Do not worry about me. Again, eyeing Lode, she is undressing you with her eyes.
Yikes.
Not even if a
Not that
big,
there's much to undress.
Right? I'm only wearing pants. So
not even a strong dwarf with his rippling abs and heaving chest and biceps passed through the Ordo and was forced to stay here for 7 days while their friend worked on a project for the Ordo. Could you withstand the temptation for 7 whole days in a row, Marguerite?
Give me a persuasion check on that one.
Please roll high.
25.
Yeah.
oh my god damn it.
How do you have plus 11 to persuasion? Holy Nikes.
Liquid courage.
Rogues get ridiculous jack of all trades type bonuses where they can occasionally get like double
so as
proficiency.
you're describing this rippling muscled dwarf, you see her start to, breathe a little heavy, a little sweat come down from her forehead. And she's like, I would never betray the lady. And with she's saying this to you, Sam, and looking at you, but her body just instinctually walks, she leans over to Lode and she starts kind of caressing your shoulder.
Nope. I'm out.
I bet the lady can't see everywhere in the Ordo.
I'm gonna take a nice long step back and try and change the subject and say, how fares our friend Kalen?
Hold on one second. With that, Lode, you notice Marguerite's demeanor change. There's a snap change. She turns away from away from Sam and Sunset, and she faces you directly. And she puts She had one hand on your left shoulder, and she puts her other hand on your right shoulder, gently caressing each shoulder. And she says underneath her breath, I can guarantee your friend makes it through the night if you help me through the night.
Oh God.
You hear Sunset say, I need an adult.
Yeah.
Gosh, I mean, I would imagine the friend would do everything they could to save another friend, right?
You might imagine that.
The revenge here is I
Revenge for
can't
what?
wait for
What did
my
I do?
turn.
What did I even do?
I can't wait for my turn. It's so good.
Can you give me an approximate age of Marguerite?
Approximate age. She's definitely not a spring chicken.
Yep.
She is early 40s.
Okay, so she's just been smoking a lot and drinking
She
a lot
might-
and
yeah.
around heavy machinery and
She has a
plasticides
a
and
definite raspy, deep voice. And you, as a dwarf, these characteristics I'm describing in this woman are not unlikable characteristics.
She's a little tall, but
you got something against tall women?
no, not inherently. It's not really my type, so to speak, but you know,
Well, but she's
Heroes.
thick, like a dwarf.
it sounds like she's maybe a little thicker than a dwarf, but
I fail to
It is-
see the downside if she's also taller. It just proportionally averages out, right?
Okay, time's a
Which
waste,
is
and
fair.
Marguerite says,
all right,
"What do you say?"
I gotta do what I
dwarf?"
gotta do.
Oh.
Now, when you say makes it through the night, I mean, is she going to survive? Like in the long term?
She looks over her shoulder at the four other Ordo ministers that are praying over Kaylin's body. And she turns back to you and she says, yes, I can guarantee she's gonna make it through the night. Now I'm telling you, you need to do your best for Kaylin, if you know what I mean.
You're such a dick. Yeah. All right. Heroes gotta do what heroes gotta do sometimes.
Wow. Okay. So she grabs you by the hand. She takes you down the hallway swiftly. I'm not going to go into the details, gentlemen, but I need Lode to give me the best performance check you've ever rolled.
Can we do like encouragement?
You
No.
cannot assist
God,
him in this
please
check. You
no.
cannot assist him.
All
Yeah,
right.
The last time this happened, Lanthal was killed. So
Right?
This is
All right.
true.
With a +0.
Come on,
It
you
couldn't,
had
it couldn't by chance be an athletics check.
Nope. Performance.
Performance. I mean, what does the physical act have to do with my charisma?
Oh, there's more than
You
just a
have to make
physical
her
act.
believe
it. You got to make noises. You got to have precision. It's not just all about strength.
All right.
It's about
You can stop. It's already horrible enough. 17.
All right.
Hey,
Well done, sir. Well done.
hey, that's not bad.
Let's just say this evening you bring Marguerite to the heights of pleasure.
In Scrabble.
Lode,
You're a monster.
Lode. Let's be real here. You did not hate doing that. That was not a bad time for a dwarf, if you know what I mean.
Like regain some HP or something like from that, or?
Well, he wasn't negative. He
She
wasn't
gained a
listening on
level.
us, so.
It leveled up.
Yeah, yeah, she gained a level.
You know, that might be a level up. We haven't been a level up in a while. That might be a level up.
I think I earned it.
So, roughly 10 minutes
Hey, I rolled
later,
a 17.
10 minutes later, Lode and Marguerite come back to the front.
I, against all odds,
Logan will
against
not
all
look any of you
odds,
in the eyes.
against all odds, Sunset turns to Sam and says, "I always heard it took at least 15."
Yeah. Dwarves are shorter.
Touche, good
It's
sir.
all terrible.
Quick,
Yes,
So sorry.
quick
If any of you are
shout-
watching on Twitch or on YouTube, I'm so
Quick-
sorry.
quick shout out. We had our first comment. Johan
Oh
said,
no, are you fucking kidding me?
Will said
What's
this is
up, little Joe?
unexpected, but nothing less to be expected from Lode. So that's our first comment on the stream.
Hey Johan.
Johan,
How you doing, man?
we appreciate your view, your patronage here. I'm lucky I can
So glad
embarrass
somebody
Lode
got
for
to see
you.
that.
Yep.
What's up, Johan? Little Joe, head of the product search team. Great guy.
So, as you come back, you know, just like a stereotypical rom-com, you come back, one button's off on her vest. You're barely pulling up your pants and buckling your sash, and you guys are kind of shuffling along quickly because she doesn't want the Ordo. What's the right word? Ordo mother, Ordo head mistress to see you. And she doesn't. But with that, she says, well, after that, let's make this happen. Ugh. And she
Man.
She walks over to where Kaylin is, and she's allowing you to come with them to. And she says, "Stay back, but you can watch." She walks to the foot of Kaylin with other people playing, and she does the Mr. Miyagi. She does the clap, the rub the hands, and then she lays her hands on Kaylin's feet and starts chanting. She starts chanting quietly and then louder and then louder and louder until all 5 of them are chanting loudly. And I need all 4 of you to take a perception check.
And
4.
Yeah, my perception is better. Oh, well, okay. That's a 9.
17.
Could I maybe roll an Arcana check as well, since this is magical in nature?
No,
Is it?
because I'm not necessarily referring to what's happening on the table. So,
Okay. Then I didn't see anything.
as she
Lode,
does this,
surprisingly alert in his horror.
it's just eyes wide, bloodshot, like.
But I imagine eyes wide,
Means
darting
shit.
everywhere, just like, Husa, what's going on?
Fight or
You
flight.
know, it's that
all
that,
of
that
you-
adrenaline rush.
Of course, all of you but Sam notice. You see Kaylin's eyelids flutter. Flutter, 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 and then start to open. And she looks at the ceiling and sits up and looks over to the 3 of you and with a smile. And she says, "What happened?"
You don't want to know.
Well, you just took a little fall and knocked yourself out for a minute or 2.
And with a smile,
You died.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Damn
bullshit her.
Sunset.
You
Damn Sunset.
died.
Wow.
With that,
That checks
Kaylin
out.
acts surprised. I don't know. Urki, you're playing Urki and Kaylin at the moment. How does Kaylin react to that?
That I died? I'm seeing
That
quite alive here. I mean,
the last thing you saw.
Well-
The last thing you saw was the Hobinator, the Hobgoblin boss, sliced you across the chest, went unconscious, and then you wake up in this weird, strange room, surrounded by 5 Ordo ministers, and then your friends are just behind them with a random gnome, and they tell you you died.
Well, Sunset tells you.
Sunset tells
You
you
died.
you died.
Everybody else is
Oh,
telling
okay.
you that you took a nap or fell unconscious.
I just said you don't
You-
want to know.
Right,
Something
okay.
Completely different.
Okay.
Got
Fair.
its own problems.
Fair. Sam is trying to lie to you. I'm telling you the straight up truth. You died. We brought you back.
That's interesting. That's a lot to take in. But I'm inclined to believe Sunset, the person who actually knows how to use magic, and when the only person I'd really trust when it comes to these things. So, yeah, I guess I'm alive and probably dead, and
She's still wrapped in like the.
Yeah, she's
white
still mummified. You know, like,
garment
yeah,
thing.
yeah. She's like, you know, like an Egyptian mummy. She's wrapped tightly in this white linen, except up to her neck. So she could sit
Can we-
up, but she can't
Well,
really
that's
move
how they
or-
extract the brain. They have to leave the
Through
head
the-
uncovered.
through the nostril.
Through the nose. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, through the nose.
Yeah, we've all seen the mummy.
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser.
Completely underrated
that,
movie.
with that, a
good.
warm, happy expression comes across Kaylin's face. She smiles, looks at her friends, looks at Sunset, who definitely means something to Kaylin, and she gives you a pleasant, prolonged, happy smile. Something you don't often see on Kaylin's face. And with that, all of a sudden, it seems as if the stones that are on the wall behind Kaylin and this workstation seem to shift, seem to move. In fact, the stones come off the wall, and they're not stones anymore. They're stone-covered garments that then are pulled aside. And standing there beneath a gray cloak is a thin, tall Sylvan elf. Shirtless, with intricate Sylvan tattoos all over his chest and arms. And he comes up swiftly, without anyone noticing and with anyone with the time to react, comes up behind Kaylin, pulls a dagger from nowhere, raises it to her neck, and looks at Sunset and says in Sylvan, he says, "This one failed his task. Your mother wants to talk to you." And he slits Kaylin's throat ear to ear. Gurgling, blood all down her front, staining the linen. She slumps over, dead again. And with that, we will end this episode of Binding Roll.
You're a monster. You're
I
an
made
absolute
you-
monster.
I made you have
Quite.
uncomfortable sex, and then I killed Kaylin twice. I love being a DM.
Damn.
The killing Kaylin
Yeah.
twice is. I honestly expected that to happen.
So
as,
did I. But
as soon as she came back, I fully expected that something was going to happen where she was going to die again.
Hey, you can do your sign off, or are we off?
Oh, the stream, we're still live.
Okay.
Hey, everyone, this was
Tune in
fun.
next time where we kill this asshole.
We shall see.
Maybe.
Where Lode tries to kill this asshole.
Maybe.
Let me
We'll
reiterate
see.
what this assassin said. He said this
Oh,
one
I got it.
This one failed. And your mother wants to see you. Yeah. Another great episode.
I
Thank
got
you.
it.
Hey, what's the question we always ask at the end? What's the name of the episode?
I mean,
Blood and tears.
will
Guess you're not a
YouTube
very good
go
sorcerer.
for uncomfortable sex? Because I think you hit the nail on the head there.
Let's not use the word sex. How about uncomfortable liaisons or something like that? Or
Blood and tears.
Anyone for the team?
Blood and tears.
a load between the sheets. I don't know.
Oh,
Back
That,
there.
no, that
Almighty.
is way too. That's more
That's too vivid.
provocative than just using the word sex.
that's so bad.
That is
so funny though.
wow.
I don't think you could go in anything else. That's truly terrible.
I'm gonna do it. I don't
Christ.
care. A load between the sheets. I'm good with that one.
My
There
God.
Welcome
Nix
to
the A. Just load between the sheets.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Like, because at least then it seems like we're referring to the character, not the act.
If anyone's still walking, quick shout out to Johan. Thank you for watching. You're our first real viewer. Woohoo!
Sorry you had to see that.
If anyone's still watching, please hit the like and subscribe on the YouTube channel, and please hit that follow button on the Twitch channel. Everyone have a good evening, and we'll see you next week.
Later.
Bye.
See you guys.
Oh wait, hold on. I gotta click the right button here. Hold on one second.